My child, I am trying one final time to talk to you. This message is urgent. Open it now before you lose your moment. Do not scroll past. Do not ignore this voice, because what you are hearing is not just another message lost in the noise of the world. It is the voice of the one who created you reaching out one more time before silence takes the place of my whisper. I have spoken to you through signs, through the gentle tug in your heart, through moments of pain that were meant to awaken you. I have tried to reach you in the laughter of others, in the stillness of the night, in the ache that would not leave your soul. But you kept walking, you kept running. And now I am here again, calling out not in anger, but in love, pleading that you stop for a moment and listen, because this could be your last call before the moment you have been waiting for slips away. You didn't find this message. I brought this message to you. You didn't stumble upon these words by accident. Heaven itself led you here. I have arranged this exact moment so that my voice could reach you without interference. Every second that has passed in your life has led to this point, to this intersection of mercy and choice. Heaven itself is watching what you will do next. Angels stand still as you read, their eyes fixed on you, waiting to see whether this time, finally, you will open your heart to me. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to call you home. I know how many times I have tried to speak and how often you turned away. Not because you hated me, but because you thought you would have more time. You told yourself, later, when I am ready, when things are calm, when I figured myself out. But later has become now, and the time you thought you had is slipping through your hands like sand. You have ignored the signs, the warnings, the whispers that came in moments of quiet and conviction. You have brushed off the voice that said, "Come back to me," thinking it was just a thought, just your imagination. But it was me, my spirit, my hand reaching through the noise, trying again and again to remind you that you were made for more than this. My beloved, I have watched you walk through storms that should have destroyed you. I have watched you smile for others while you broke in silence. I have watched you chase meaning in things that only left you empty. I have seen the moments when you felt like giving up, when your heart whispered, "There has to be more." And there is more. There is me. Every ache, every unanswered question, every restless night was me calling you. Waiting for this moment. You think this message is another post, another piece of text, but heaven calls it an intervention. Heaven calls it mercy's final attempt to reach the one I love. I am trying one final time, not because I am weak, but because I am patient. I have been patient with your wandering, your doubts, your delays, your distractions. I have watched you choose everything but me, your phone, your plans, your pride, your fears, and still I stayed. I stayed when you ignored me. I stayed when you turned your back. I stayed because I love you too deeply to let you drift away without one last call. My heart has waited for this chance to speak plainly to yours. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for surrender. I am not demanding performance. I am asking for your attention. The truth is, I have been speaking all along, but you couldn't hear me over the noise. The world's voices have grown loud. Opinions, distractions, desires, doubts, and mine has become faint in your ears. But here, now, in this moment, I am silencing the world just for you. I am whispering louder than the noise, louder than your fears, louder than your shame. My words are not like the words of people who have failed you. My words are life. When I speak, dead hearts beat again. When I speak, chains break. When I speak, peace begins to breathe where despair once lived. That is what is happening now. Listen to me, my child. This message carries weight because it carries heaven's last attempt before your next chapter unfolds. You are standing on the edge of something eternal, and the choice you make after this moment will shape far more than you can see. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to save you. I am not threatening. I am bleeding. The door that has stood open for so long is still open, but it is closing. The opportunity to return, to heal, to walk in what I have prepared, is slipping into its final window. I am not saying this to frighten you, but to waken you. This is not just another day. This is not just another message. This is your moment. My angels have whispered to you in your sleep. My spirit has tugged on your heart when you felt uneasy. My hand has blocked certain paths because I knew where they would lead. Every closed door, every delay, every disappointment. It was me protecting you from losing yourself completely. I have done everything to reach you, but I will not force you. Love never forces, it invites. That is what I am doing now. I am inviting you one final time to listen, to turn, to let me in. Do you feel the stirring inside you? That makes a fear and peace, of trembling and hope. That is my presence moving upon you. You are not imagining it. I am right here. You have felt me before in moments you cannot explain, the times you almost gave up and something told you to keep going. The times you cried and felt a warm wrap around you. That was me. I have always been near, waiting for you to notice. And now, as you read this, I am closer than your next breath, closer than your heartbeat. You may think, why now? Why this message? Because this is your intersection. Every time before was a warning. This time is a window. You have reached the point where delay becomes danger. Not danger of punishment, but danger of missing what heaven has prepared. You have been asking for signs, and here it is. You have said, God, if you are real, speak to me clearly. I am speaking. This is me. I am using the words before you to reach beyond your mind, into your soul. My child, there is a reason you cannot shake this moment. A reason your heart beats faster as you read. It is because eternity is leaning close. This message carries the weight of your destiny. Heaven's mercy is stretching out its hand one more time. You still have a chance to return, to trust, to begin again, but you must choose now. Do not let fear or pride stop you. Do not think you have gone too far. You are not too late, but you were all but out of time. Say, you are my lamp in the night if His presence guides your steps. Look around you. The world is growing darker. Hearts are growing colder, and souls are forgetting the sound of my voice. Yet here you are, reading words that still carry my light, still carry my heartbeat. Do not let this pass like every other moment. This is not just another chance. It could be your last chance before the door closes. You do not know what tomorrow holds, but I do. And that is why I'm here now, reaching for you while there is still time. If you knew how much I have longed for you, you would not hesitate. If you could see how many times I have protected you, how many times I have held back destruction from your path, you would fall into my arms this instant. I have walked beside you through storms you didn't even notice. I have fought battles for your soul when you were unaware of the danger. I have loved you beyond every failure, beyond every sin, beyond every rejection, and still, I am here not to remind you of what you did wrong, but to tell you what can still go right if you just listen now. Stay, my child. Do not rush away. Do not let the enemy distract you now that you have come this far. Stay until the last word, for this message could be the very turning point of your destiny. If you walk away now, you may never hear this voice again. If you stay, everything can change. The choice is yours. But heaven is holding its breath for your answer, my child. There have been so many moments where I tried to reach you, so many gentle whispers, so many quiet signs, so many sudden pauses that you did not understand were me trying to get your attention. You saw my warnings, but you brushed them off. You felt my pull, but you called it coincidence. You told yourself that it was just your thoughts, just emotion, just timing, but it was not. It was me. Every time your heart felt unsettled when you went the wrong way, that was me tugging at your spirit. Every time you looked at the sky and felt something stir inside you, that was me reminding you that I was still there. Every time life slowed you down unexpectedly, it was because I was trying to talk to you before you went too far from where I placed you. You do not know how many times I have spoken through what you called random moments. The car that broke down before the wrong trip, the friendship that ended before it destroyed you, the opportunity that fell apart because it would have pulled you away from me. I was there arranging everything carefully, trying to show you that my hand was guiding you even when it hurt. You prayed for direction and I gave it, but it did not look the way you expected, so you ignored it. You asked for signs and I sent them, but you reasoned them away. I have been speaking, but the noise of the world has drowned out my voice. You have filled your days with so much movement that you forgot what stillness feels like. You have time for every call, every notification, every plan, but you silence the one voice that can truly give you peace. I have watched as your heart has become cluttered with the world's noise, your career, your fears, your ambitions, your distractions. You chase things that promise joy, but only leave you emptier than before. You wake up tired even after sleeping because your soul has been running from me. You fill your life with so much that there is no room for the one who gave you life. I have spoken through your blessings, through every gift you took for granted. When your breath filled your lungs each morning, that was me giving you another day of mercy. When people cared for you, when help came from nowhere, that was me saying, "See, I am with you." When peace visited your heart for no reason, it was my presence passing by. When tears came but somehow hope followed, that was my comfort wrapping around you. Yet you have mistaken my presence for luck. You thank fate instead of thanking me. You thought your strength carried you, but it was my grace that never left. There were times I spoke through your pain when everything fell apart. I was not punishing you. I was calling you back. I was breaking what you built on sand so that I could rebuild you on rock. I let certain things collapse because they were not meant to stand. I let certain people walk away because they were not meant to stay. I let certain prayers go unanswered because they would have led you somewhere far from me. You thought I was being silent, but I was protecting you. You cried because you thought I abandoned you, but I was right beside you whispering, "Trust me, child. I am doing something you cannot yet see." Each time you turned away, I stood at the door longer, waiting for your yes. I waited through your seasons of silence, through your doubts, through your anger. I waited while you chased every other voice, hoping you would one day remember mine. I stood at the door when you were too busy, when you were too tired, when you were too hurt. I stood there when you laughed with others, but felt empty when you were alone. I waited when you said, "I will pray tomorrow," knowing that tomorrow would bring another excuse. I waited because I love you. I waited because your heart is still worth fighting for. Do you know what it feels like for heaven to wait, to hold its breath for one soul? My angels have watched you walk through days I had planned to fill with joy, but you filled them with worry instead. They watched you carry burdens I already offered to take. They watched you sit in rooms full of people but feel completely unseen. And they looked to me waiting for my word to intervene. And each time I whispered, "Not yet. My child still has a chance to turn." My mercy has delayed judgment again and again because I could not bear to lose you. Every sunrise has been another reminder that I am still giving you time. Please support our channel. Our work is to bring happiness in your life and devotion to God. And if you want, you can donate to us via Super Thanks to show your support. I have stretched time for you more than you know. I have held back things that should have happened, both good and bad, because your heart was not ready. I have protected you from disasters that never came close enough for you to notice. I have waited, not because I am weak, but because I am love. I am patient, but even patience has an appointed moment. The time of waiting is running short. The door of mercy that has stayed open for years is beginning to close. My spirit has been calling across distance and distraction, saying, "Come home before it is too late." My beloved, I am not saying this to scare you, but to awaken you. You think you have time. You tell yourself there will be another moment, another message, another chance. But I am telling you this with tears in my voice. This could be your last moment before the chapter changes. You have asked me for signs, for proof, for clarity, and now I am giving you all three. This is your sign. This is your proof. This is your clarity. I am speaking directly, urgently, because time is not a guarantee. You are not promised endless tomorrows. You have one now, and that is where eternity begins. I know you have been afraid of losing control, afraid of being hurt again, afraid that surrender will cost too much. But what you lose by coming to me cannot compare to what you gain. The world has promised you everything, but it has left you anxious, weary, and unsure. My promise is not like theirs. I do not offer temporary relief. I offer lasting peace. I do not take from you to leave you empty. I remove what is heavy so you can breathe again. I am not asking for you to perform. I am asking for you to open your heart. Remember how many times you have felt that small tug, that soft conviction, that moment where your heart said, "I need to change." That was me. I have been speaking inside you more than outside of you. Every feeling of guilt that led you to reflection, every sudden peace that calmed your storm, every thought that said, "Maybe I should pray again," that was me calling. And each time when you pushed it away, I whispered again gently, waiting for another chance. I have been so close, but your attention has been far away. I know what distracts you: the business of your schedule, the pursuit of success, the desire for love, the fear of failure. All of it has built walls around your spirit. You chase after things that fade while neglecting the voice that lasts forever. You scroll endlessly looking for connection, yet ignore the one who has loved you since before time began. You fill your mind with noise to drown out your loneliness, but the silence you fear is where my voice waits. You keep running from stillness, but stillness is where I dwell. My child, I am not condemning you for being human. I am calling you to remember that you are mine. The world tells you to keep moving, to keep striving, to keep chasing. But I am telling you to stop for a moment and listen, because the more you chase the world, the further you drift from the peace your soul craves. The more you ignore my voice, the harder it becomes to hear it. But even now, after all the missed moments, after all the distractions, after all the silence, I am still here speaking again. This message is not punishment, it is mercy. I am trying one last time to remind you that mercy is not endless in time, though it is endless in heart. There comes a point where the chance to turn becomes harder, where the noise of the world grows louder than the whisper of grace. You are standing at that edge now. This is why I am speaking so urgently. I have delayed. I have protected. I have waited. But I cannot wait forever. The time is near when choices will matter more than comfort, when faith will separate those who trusted me from those who did. Do not think of this as a threat, but as truth. You have been given another moment to choose life. I am holding out my hand again, hoping you will take it. This is not the voice of anger. It is the voice of a father who loves you too much to stay silent. I would rather break your comfort than lose your soul. I would rather interrupt your plans than let you walk off the edge. That is why I am here pleading one final time. Come back to me before this moment passes. You have missed my voice before, but you do not have to miss it now. You have ignored my call before, but you can answer this time. You have pushed away conviction before, but now it has come as love, not guilt. I am giving you another chance, but not another promise of time. Take this moment, my beloved, while heaven still holds it open for you, for when it closes, all that will remain are the echoes of the words you could have answered. I am speaking now clearly, lovingly, and urgently, because you are still worth saving. And I refuse to let eternity pass without trying one final time to reach you. My child, listen to me now, because I am speaking to you from the deepest place of my heart. I am not angry with you. My child, I am heartbroken. I have watched you drift farther and farther away, not because you hate me, but because you have been chasing the world's noise, thinking it could fill the emptiness inside you. I have watched as you reached for temporary pleasures when I was offering you eternal joy. I have seen you pour your strength into things that fade, while the love that could never fade waited silently beside you. My heart aches because I created you for more than this, for peace, for love, for light, for me. But you have been running after shadows, and now the shadows have started to feel like home. I remember the days when your heart was softer, when you still paused to hear my voice, when you still felt my presence in small things. You used to find me in the quiet, in the stars, in the gentle stirring of your spirit. But now the noise of the world has grown so loud that it drowns out the whisper of eternity. I have been standing beside you, calling you, reaching for you. But your mind has been pulled in every direction except toward me. You chase voices that promise everything yet leave you empty. They tell you you will be happy if you have more, if you become more, if you impress more, but they are lies that steal your peace. And I, the voice that gives life, am silenced in your busy world. Do you know how it feels for me to watch you run after things that I know will hurt you? Do you know the ache of a father watching his child search for love in places where there is none? That is what I feel every day. Every time you turn to the world for comfort, I whisper, "Come back to me." Every time you believe the lie that you are unworthy, I whisper, "You are mine." Every time you feel alone, I whisper, "I am here." But the world's noise is loud and your heart has forgotten how to be still. I have been beside you in every moment of confusion, every moment of heartbreak, every sleepless night. I have wept over you not because I am angry, but because I miss you. Heaven has watched you drift, and even the angels mourn when they see one of my children walking farther from the light. They know what I have prepared for you, the peace, the beauty, the joy, and they see how the world deceives you, how it blinds you with lights that flicker and fade. They see how you trade the eternal for the temporary, how you settle for less than what you were made for. My heart breaks every time you believe that you have to earn love when I have already given it freely. It breaks every time you let fear tell you that I have forgotten you when I have never left your side. Come, and I trust your whispers. God, if your ears are tuned to His quiet voice, my beloved, I have watched you build your life around things that crumble. You pour your heart into people who do not understand you, into plans that never satisfy you, into dreams that promise joy but deliver emptiness. You chase success, but the moment you reach it, your soul still feels hungry. You seek validation, but it never lasts. You fill your time with distractions so you don't have to face the ache in your spirit, the ache that whispers, "There must be more." That ache is me calling you home. It is not punishment. It is a reminder that your heart will never find rest in anything less than my love. There were moments when I tried to stop you, when I placed roadblocks to protect you, but you thought I was against you. When doors closed, you grew angry. When people left, you thought I was silent. But I was saving you from paths that would have broken you beyond repair. I was watching over you when you thought I had forgotten. I saw every choice, every distraction, every deed, and still I stayed. My heart stayed open even as yours turned away. I stood at the edge of your chaos, waiting for a glance, a whisper, a cry that would let me in again. You have no idea how many tears heaven has seen fall from your eyes. I have caught everyone. I have watched you cry in secret, cry from exhaustion, cry from the feeling that no one truly sees you. I saw you all. And when you thought no one cared, I cared. When you thought no one noticed, I noticed. But I could not force you to look at me. I could not make you love me, because love cannot exist where there is no choice. So I waited with a heart full of love and eyes full of tears, hoping that one day you would turn back and remember where home is. Every time you chose the world over me, I did not turn my face away. I followed you into your dark places, hoping to find a moment where your heart would grow quiet enough to hear me again. When you tried to fill your loneliness with things that could not last, I stood near, whispering, I am here. When you numbed your pain with distractions, I whispered, let me heal it instead. But you did not hear me. You thought I was distant because I did not speak the way the world does, with noise and urgency. But I have always spoken with peace and truth. You do not know the depth of the grief that love can carry. My grief is not the grief of punishment or disappointment. It is the grief of longing. I long for you the way the morning longs for the sun. I long for your heart to return to the warmth of my presence. I long to see the light return to your eyes, to see your joy restored, to see your soul free again. I remember the sound of your laughter before the world hardened your heart. I remember the way you used to trust, the way you used to pray with childlike faith. I remember how your spirit once danced in my love before fear told you it was safer not to believe. It breaks my heart to see how the world has wounded you. The people who hurt you, the moments that betrayed you, the words that made you doubt yourself, none of that came from me. I never meant for you to carry those scars alone. I wept when you were broken, when you thought no one cared, when you believed that your pain didn't matter. I wanted to take it from you, to hold you until the tears stopped, but you pushed me away because you thought I didn't understand. Yet I understand better than anyone. My hands still bear the scars of the cross, proof that I know pain deeper than you can imagine. I carried the weight of your sorrow long before you ever felt it. Even now, as I speak, my heart aches for how far you have wandered. You have built walls around yourself to survive, but those walls have kept me out. You have learned to trust no one, but that has also closed the door to the only one who would never betray you. I am not angry with you for this. I know why you built those walls. I know the pain that made you believe you had to protect yourself. But I am here now, gently knocking, asking you to let me in, not to tear down what you have built, but to heal what made you build it in the first place. My grief is not weakness. It is the power of love refusing to give up. I grieve because I love you. I grieve because you matter. I grieve because I see what you could be if you would only trust me again. I see the peace you could have, the joy that could return, the freedom that waits on the other side of surrender. I see the beauty I placed in you still blowing beneath the pain, waiting to rise again. I see your potential, your calling, your destiny. And it breaks my heart to watch you settle for less. You do not know how it feels for the Creator to watch His creation chase everything but Him. I watch humanity run in circles, building towers that crumble, chasing dreams that destroy them, loving things that cannot love them back. I speak through sunsets, through kindness, through mercy, through truth, and still my voice goes unheard. The world has become louder than my spirit, and hearts have grown numb to the sound of grace. I have been silenced by distraction, ignored by pride, replaced by convenience. I have been traded for screens, for noise, for temporary thrills. And yet I still reach, I still speak, I still wait. My child, you think I am silent, but my silence has been the sound of mercy waiting. You think I am distant, but I have been closer than you ever realized. I have watched you stand on the edge of destruction and still held back the flood. I have seen you take paths that should have ended in ruin. But I placed my hand between you and what would have destroyed you. I have watched you flirt with danger and still surrounded you with grace. You call it luck, but I call it love. You call it coincidence, but I call it divine restraint. I have been shielding you even from yourself. Heaven weeps when you ignore grace. Not because grace is weak, but because grace longs to save. The angels rejoice when one soul turns back because they have seen the cost of rebellion. They have seen what it looks like when hearts reject love. They have seen eternity without me, and they never want that for you. I never wanted that for you. That is why I keep calling, why I keep speaking, why I keep reaching out even when you do not answer. I am not done with you yet. My love refuses to let you go without one final try. You may feel unworthy of this kind of love, but that is because you have not seen yourself through my eyes. You see failure, I see possibility. You see guilt, I see grace. You see the past, I see the future I still want to give you. My grief is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of redemption. I am still calling, still waiting, still ready to embrace you if you would only stop running. You have heard me before, but this time I am asking you to listen with your heart, because this message might be the one that changes everything. So come, my child, come before the weight of the world breaks what I can heal. Come before time steals what I am ready to restore. Come before the moment passes and the noise drowns out my voice completely. I am still here, arms open, heart aching, waiting for you to remember that you were always meant to be mine. My child, hear me now, for what I am about to tell you carries the weight of eternity. This message is not casual, it is not ordinary, it is prophetic, a divine intersection where heaven meets your moment on earth. You are not reading these words by chance. You have stepped into a sacred crossing where my voice calls you to choose before the door closes on what I have been preparing for you. This is not one message among many. It is the message that could change the course of your life forever. You are standing in the last stretch of my mercy before the next chapter begins, and I am pleading with you to listen before it is too late. This is the last call before the door closes on what I have been preparing for you. The season you are in is not like the ones before. The time of endless delays is coming to an end. A window of grace that has stayed open out of love is beginning to narrow. The things I have been whispering to your heart, the dreams, the calling, the purpose are all waiting on one word from you. Yes, but every moment you hesitate, every second you doubt, every time you say later, you risk missing what I designed for now. I have waited and waited, but this is your divine moment to move, to surrender, to return, to decide. Right even now, I hold on to hope, if you are believing against all odds, and share this video.